Hello, fellow faithful. It is the world's greatest silver analyst, Bulldog, here, back for the first week of LCS. CLG versus Dignitas. I do not have a ice cold Diet Dr. Pepper with me today. Instead, I have an ice tall glass of water. We gotta stay hydrated. Shoutouts to any hydro homies out there. And let's get into Champ Select here.
Especially with every single game counting for the entire season now.
Banning of the Azir to start with is interesting. I wonder if Celigo... I haven't paid super close attention to Dignitas, but I wonder if Celigo has put a lot of time into that champion, and if they've been prioritizing it. We have RJS and Finn in the roster now. Pobelter got benched. The official reason is attitude issues. A little bit of insider knowledge that I have is it was due to him not taking criticism terribly well and kind of pushing back a lot to it, and also not being willing to be more flexible in his play style. He was demanding a lot of resources, and so RJS got brought up to be that more flexible option and more open to criticism in general. So right now, if I were Dignitas, I would definitely... Okay, so locking in the Kaisa, yeah, that's very good. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna lock in the Aatrox. I wouldn't mind the Ornn. But I would think we would want first selection on jungle here. Okay, Rel is not bad at all. So Samira could be an option. Jhin could be an option as well.
You can see 31% ban rate, 90% pick rate, and a
Xayah.
win rate.
Interesting. Xayah seems to have taken over what Jhin was previously, so there must be like a known counter pick to Jhin or something. But that's interesting. But Smoothie getting the Rel, he played extremely well on that the last time we saw him. So I like that pick quite a bit. And it does well into the Kaisa. Dignitas grabbing their jungler and mid laner. And very safe mid lane. Ooh, the Lilia. I haven't seen much priority on that this week. So that's very interesting.
Multiple animal hats and take on the role of Udyr here in this game. Dardoch will be the Udyr this time around as Celigo gets Orianna for the mid lane. Dignitas comfortable just picking this mid laner this fast before the second part of the bans are able to roll in. Get Celigo on a champion he's comfortable with. The response
curious
CLG,
as to
they want their jungler too before the second
why
part of the bans come in, so they
chose Lilia over Kalia or Nidalee.
Tragic 23% win rate so far.
Yeah, she's kind of falling by the wayside there as the AP jungler when you've got the likes of the Udyrs and Olafs just running wild. She's fallen down in priority there. But the Orianna pickup is really interesting to me because Celigo versus RJ's is basically an academy mid lane matchup that we're now seeing play out on the LCS stage as the players improve and bring themselves up to par with the rest of the league. And Orianna very safe. We see how it plays so many times, but what I'm surprised by is that Celigo's lock-in tournament look was the Gangplank ban, right?
That kind of tells me we might be looking for the Gnar.
Mid laners and now back to more control. So seeing the
or we were looking for the Camille and they see it as a counter pick
that we had, and that it would translate to aggression in these initial first few games, I think is already a misconception.
I do like the Twisted Fate. I think it's a good pick. It allows for some playmaking. Allows for a little bit of hard CC primary hard CC that we're lacking a little bit. So I like it. RJS did not have a good game on it in Academy. The Alistar, not surprising.
I don't like it. Don't seem too pleased.
I don't like it with the Lilia more than anything else, just because there's too much value from Merc Treads, from magic resistance, from just cooldown or crowd control reduction, QSS is
but we can
cleanses. So the combo I usually prefer TF with an AD jungler. The only AP I really like is the Nidalee because the point and click goes really well with the spear. But when both are trying to
I have to disagree with Crumbs.
You're really counting on Finn.
Oh,
right now. They're gonna give him the last pick, so that might change
the Gnar is a pretty ass pick.
It
It forces you to play around 30-second intervals. I don't really like the Gnar. I'm glad we don't have it. We get to counter pick into it.
Physical damage. What can Finn
Gangplank is generally one of the counters, but I would Aatrox is fine. I don't mind that as a counter. I would have preferred the Ornn.
How do you feel about Gnar versus Aatrox up here, Crumbs? Talk to me about this because a lot of people have a lot of things
Aatrox
to
is
say about
fine.
Gnar right now.
I don't think Gnar is as bad as people make it out to be. He can be punished in lane, but left alone, even before all the buffs, he was still a very strong laner. Here against the
Gnar is fine in lane, but it forces you to play around the intervals where he is Mega Gnar, because he's not useful in any sort of team fight without being Mega Gnar, because his base health pool is so low he can't frontline. He's not long range enough to really like poke people out. So he excels as a lane bully as Mini Gnar, but as Mega Gnar just isn't very good.
Yeah, it could work out.
So I definitely enjoy it.
CLG going up against Dignitas here with the Gnar locked
in. Oh, it looks like they're just going to start it up right away. So in case there's any pause, I have a small buffer.
And we'll see how Saligo's able to do, because remember, Saligo's claim to fame in the lock-in tournament was we got to see Perks play the Yone as his first appearance in North America.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited to see how Finn and RJS slot in.
Yone in solo queue as opposed to their team's Yone, and then Saligo plays.
Hopefully Griffin can,
off and everybody has a great
at least not throw for us.
So let's see if he can.
And I want to see this bot lane really start to perform.
I hope so.
Smoothie really performed well on the Rel. Okay, that doesn't look like it is Finn's body on his head. Okay, look at that. That does not look like it's Finn's body. That is someone else's body. They just stuck Finn's head on there. I think same with RJS, but I don't know. But that doesn't look like Finn's body.
Not the greatest games, but when he pops up, it is pure Chad energy when he does so. Being able to take those champions like the Yone. And here we actually have a level 1 from CLG.
Yeah, ooh, a creative level 1.
A gold card from RJ.
I like it.
Top lane brush and Rel going over the wall. Oh boy.
That's really interesting.
They might just be waiting for a Smoothie to before Twisted Fate wraps around.
Ooh, I like this a lot.
A lot of fun here if they actually get spicy at level 1. It's the 4-man collapse. Smoothie's here, he's ready to go. Remounts the horse, but Fake God wisely saves the skill point.
Yeah. Oh no, that's nice. That forces Fake God into the
not gonna be a big deal in the laning phase, but it will
make E, so it makes laning phase easier for Finn to start with.
And the boomerang toss, so less damage for him, makes the laning phase a lot easier.
And we didn't really burn anything for it, so that's a nice starting advantage.
From Rel that she was always going to level up, and
it just throws off a young player
their map, so
a little bit.
They got help for Finn at very low cost.
All right, Dignitas starting their jungler off here on the bottom side. Meanwhile, across the river, it's Griffin
probably turn down the casters
with his
a little
own
bit.
chicken camp here by himself. Does not need a leash for that one. Lilia is very
so we get lane priority because of jungle champions.
Not quite as good as somebody like Kane, still high tier. Going over to the red now, back up towards the Krugs. We'll see Griffin clear out the entire quadrant and then move down towards the bottom half of the map himself. They've placed down a ward at their own blue buff just to make sure Dardoch's not trying to do some vertical jungling here, sneaky early on. But no, Dardoch's just clearing out his own Krugs. We've got a 2v2 in the bottom lane. Aphromoo eating
they just get bodied here.
Smoothie down to 100 HP.
Wow.
Used to just make sure, if at all possible, they could grab that kill. But Dignitas will not spend any of their own summoner spells.
They get that trade, and now the lane is entirely theirs. It's the heal advantage.
That is huge.
He's taking cleanse wisely so against Twisted Fate. So
that's one of the best moves. That's like the best trade I've seen from this bot lane.
So the bot lane.
So that's really nice. They seem to be on the same page here.
Udyr is probably clearing for an Udyr to go level
RJS
on
is playing back a little bit. Lilia is clearing nicely. Finn seems to have a small advantage, but RJS really just needs to survive, not bleed out too much.
Back up in the top side, at least the top laners don't have to deal with what they did in the previous game with all attention, all eyes.
Ooh, I like those glasses up Finn.
These guys are left on their nice little island that
pretty
might
classy.
Be here soon. You can see a normal ping.
They've got like a swagger to them. I like it.
Dardock's just content to wait for the scuttle crab to spawn, clear that one out. You can see Griffin doing the same.
Griffin is keeping on pace with Dardock, which is good.
That means the Dignitas will be aware that he's on the bottom half of the map. You can see that being fired.
RJS is kind of getting bullied a little bit. It is a matchup that he gets bullied in. Not too hard, but it is one where he could be down a little bit. And Smoothie and Griffin are roaming around, looking to make a play here.
Soligo there. They commit flashes, but RJ's doesn't have a card loaded.
Oh, Soligo just flashed.
Yep, trading flashes, and that's an advantage for us because Smoothie has Hex Flash, so the flashes don't make that big a difference. Like him losing Flash doesn't make that big a difference, while Soligo not having it makes it so he can't play as far up in the lane. Just makes it good for us. So we should use that to our advantage to really make a play for this early dragon.
Let's see if Lilia wants to do anything up here.
Because
Griffin farming the Krugs, but he is spotted out thanks to that.
Yeah, Lilia
right next to them. So
should be a little stronger at this point. Ooh, and RJS is quite a bit stronger with that item power spike.
He tries to get a little bit too brave up here. Could be easily punished. But hey, Dardock sees that this is the opportunity to try some counter jungling. Unfortunately for him, there's nothing to counter jungle.
We don't know where they are.
Hourglass on top of the Wolf Camp means that's coming up here real soon. And it looks like Dardock's going to stick around to steal.
We don't have any sort of TP advantage.
Also get a kill on Griffin if the Alistar were to stick around there. So actually, we'll get the timing down right, and this is a really nice.
Dardock's cam is going wild. He's probably shaking his leg a bunch.
See Griffin.
Okay.
I was going to say, is he going to face check an Udyr? No, he does not. Dardock is not interested in sticking around. But Griffin,
so that's a small advantage for Dardock. That's a really smart play. That's just good tracking.
Advantage for Dardock, and it's the one camp that he stole. So feeling all right about that one. RJ's still only
I think we just saw Dardock going up there, right? We have an advantage here. We should be pushing this for Dragon right now. Good. Good. Taking advantage of that powerful state in bot lane. Tracking the jungler well and getting an early dragon. We haven't done that much. We have a 300 gold lead, mostly thanks to TF passive. I think entirely thanks to TF passive.
Recalled in the bot lane as well, so it's a nice and easy dragon, and it's not going to be a twist.
And Finn is
in the bottom lane. So
doing well in this lane because it's a lane that he gets bullied decently in. Because Nar just kind of bullies everyone out. So if he has a CS lead, that's doing really well because he is much more useful in the mid to late game.
Is actually going to have a good timing to find the opportunity to use this Twisted Fate ultimate. If anything, I'd actually like to see his ultimate be used into his own lane.
Now we've hit the point where we can start making plays with the Twisted Fate ulti, and we can
go back to his own lane. You think he always goes to the sides, and that way
we don't really have like, well, we have good follow up to it. We don't have like setup to be able to like chain the gold card as the secondary. The gold card has to be the primary form of engage, and then we can chain CC together for a while.
Got a little bit of a farm advantage, but nothing too crazy. But hey, considering they're going up against Wild Turtle and Smoothie, those veterans that you were talking about, and they're winning the lane, I'd say that's pretty good. Now, Aframu's a veteran himself, but still, Dignitas, you got to take the wins where you can get them. Having a lead here in the bottom lane feels good, man.
Yeah, the lead in the bottom lane, and then the
except it's not a terribly big lane, and the reason they have that lead, that small lead, is because Wild Turtle is left solo in the bottom lane for a decent amount of time, and this wave is gonna pretty much even it up. So while Smoothie spent some time out of lane that Aframu did not, trying to make a play in the mid lane, so that makes a pretty significant difference in why there is a... Oh, this should be a kill.
Nope, they're not going in.
Oh, that should have been a kill.
I thought for sure they were going to go for it, but no.
Did we just not have vision of Dardoch? Is that why we didn't go for it?
Man, 8 minutes in and no kills. I want to see some kills. I don't care if it's a foolish mistake. I need some action, some PvP.
That was little. I think we just didn't have vision of Dardoch, and that's why we didn't go for it. Dardoch or Aframu.
Okay, it's close.
If we had vision of them, we definitely would have gone for it, but we'll just take the tower plates, and it's pretty worthwhile. It probably still would have been pretty safe because we could have burst really hard.
Up there in the top side, you can see Fake God going for the plated steel caps immediately.
Because we just chain the CC, like Neo can't do jack shit. Neo dies without being able to move. But Neo has clans. Okay. So Neo would have been able to get out of it. Oh, that's really bad. That's huge, actually. Because Celigo has no mana, he's forced to back.
Celigo's got 52 mana, and the blue buff died. That feels real bad.
Oh, he has the Doran's ring to try to get mana back.
So he wastes time, allows RJS to push in, get it back sooner.
Stop the pressure from Twisted Fate. So Orianna wants to be constantly shoving Twisted Fate into
and Twisted Fate doesn't really need
even if he doesn't have them, you still want to keep him in that
blue buff as much as Orianna likes it. And especially since Orianna isn't building tier, that's pretty big because he built the Doran's ring to be able to bully out RJS here. Ooh, Finn. Chunking pretty hard. Still we'll have that couple CS lead. Wild Turtle has gotten himself a CS lead. RJS has a gold lead. Griffin's a little behind, but he's also enabled our bottom lane quite a bit to get as ahead as they are because they have 3 tower plates. So that is very good. This is a very different brand of CLG. We're playing around the bottom lane. It seems like we're playing very selflessly. And we know Wild Turtle is one of the better players to carry the game, and so we're putting resources into him, especially since that trio of Griffin, Wild Turtle, and Smoothie have been practicing together the longest. Playing around them is the way you would want, the optimal way you would want to go this game. So, okay. Oh, good flash, Finn. Okay, Griffin is here to respond. Potentially.
Your logic here. If you're behind and just naturally falling behind, you better do something about that. And if you're passively building a gold lead,
okay, Fake God does have a couple tower plates, but has Rift. Okay, Dardoch hasn't dropped the Rift Herald anywhere thus far. Yeah, that could. No flash here. So. Oh, there we go. Let's go. Good job. It wasn't super clean, but it got the job done. We rotated over well to be able to cover the mid tower, because if we didn't do that, we lose it. We do lose the dragon for it. So
luckily they get a dragon in return for that one, but at least CLG
that's at least nice. That's at least a nice play. The Dignitas did respond well to it.
So another visit from Twisted Fate or even a Rel could probably net a kill against Midinar.
Okay, CLG.
But that first blood gave us more gold than the response than they gave.
600 gold. But the gold lead remains what it already was earlier. Only about 800 or 900. here for CLG.
Yeah, but we're maintaining a gold lead.
Look no further than jungle and mid lane.
We're making plays.
A nice advantage for Dardoch and Saligo in both of these 1v1 situations. Up in the top side, everything's relatively even.
I think we probably scale better because our top lane just scales better. This is a little scary.
Here we go. It's Afro move. We got a TP coming in too. Somebody's got to be dead in this one. Turtle's hanging around, realizing he's dead.
That was smart of Turtle to not burn cooldowns because they sent 5. So right now we should be dumping our resources into pushing lanes and getting tower plates.
Play out of Dignitas there with the double TP there. It almost felt like it wasn't necessary, but once you saw that they're able to get 2 kills, we can really understand why they went for it. Not a lot lost in the other parts of the map either. So Dignitas finally
not a lot lost yet.
More
Finn should be able to get a couple of tower plates here
we get to see that play, but it's a huge playmaker,
and get a pretty sizable gold advantage.
Bottom lane is where Dignitas needs to be really playing to. So I love what I saw right there, but you got to continue it. They didn't get any summoners from there, but you have enough crowd control and damage.
So did he get that? Yeah, he did. So he got 2 tower plates worth of gold, which is nice. The gold did go on to good members for Dignitas. But that was really good of our bot lane to not waste any resources. So they realized that they were dead, and then
so, all right, you watch it from CLG side, and if there's
they're like, oh yeah, the TP's coming in. Turtle's like, I'm dead, try and get out. The double TP.
Nobody else is on the map because you've got Lilia pushing the mid lane, so it's just pure greed out of the bottom lane that gets instantly capitalized out of this.
It was greedy.
More than anything, you got to give the kudos to who got that.
But it was smart of them not to waste a bunch of resources by greeding, because then it's difficult to continue to push the advantage gained by it. Because if we didn't have summoner spells, then that would be a big problem. We wouldn't be able to be aggressive anymore.
Shockwave in mid. Saligo going for the kill here. Gets the flash out of RJ's, but nothing else. Dardoch runs fast, but not fast enough to chase after him.
Okay, so it's about 2 minutes till dragon spawns. We can't. There's no Orianna ult. We have the advantage here.
Okay, next
we have teleport advantage as well, top lane.
And it's gonna be Aframu. Aframu will be the next.
The first one to die.
First one to die. He's gonna engage very ambitiously, get caught out by himself. The rest of the team won't be able to follow up, and Afra will die.
Let's see if you are correct. I am excited.
Okay.
To see whether or not this comes.
Meganar just came out. Nope, just a clean blue steal. We didn't have the coordination to respond to it, I guess. RJS is down quite a bit of CS. Turtle is in a decent spot.
Spawns yet again. Infernal chains connecting onto Fake God here in the top side. Aatrox still looking for that in the 1v1 back here in the.
We should be able to get first tower here, which will be a nice little gold advantage. And Griffin has put some resources into this bottom lane, and we okay. Oh wow, that was too much damage for comfort onto RJS, but we get first tower, we get a kill onto our AD carry.
You just look for who doesn't have flash, the champions that have to go in.
And Dignitas,
he's gonna go down.
Dardoch doing a good job of responding on the opposite side of the map with an objective again.
Who they need to focus on. Finally, RJS with another ultimate.
But RJS is doing a very good job of being selfless and rotating to help the team.
So RJ is really showing up here despite a bit of a struggle in the laning phase.
It seems like our communication is better. This is...
Okay, Dardoch's up here, going for the play on to Finn. He is very far forward, getting stunned up, kited around, tries to go for the Qs here, landing a little bit of damage, but he's running towards the wrong turret, and that means they should finish him off here.
Can he get a, like... Oh! Oh, wow! What an escape by Finn.
No way! Kai'Sa with a flash follow, and Neo gets it done.
Oh, that was almost so cool, but buying that time allows us to get Dragon.
So worth for Finn. They get the Dragon as well. Meanwhile, so much attention drawn from the top side, and that's
really good.
It almost looked like he was going to be able to 1v2 there, but the Ignitas will answer with their own Rip Herald.
Yeah, we need to get someone top lane. Otherwise, it's going to get a second charge.
Charges or even that tier 2 turret, it's not a lot of gold. You do get a lot more for just influencing the map. But we're going to see this play again through the control ward. And Fake God taking
that would have been so good if Finn would have gotten out. But Finn plays this so well. He realizes that that escape route isn't possible for him. So he goes the other way. He goes for the cheeky flash, knowing that it's difficult to make it. But Fake God hits it, and then Neo has to burn the flash to get there.
I mean, he has no killer instinct.
Oh yeah, it's down too.
Yeah, the ulti still had half the cooldown left, so even if he hits that stupid Void Seeker, he still has to flash after him. I cannot believe that Finn almost lived through that. That was nearly the most incredible escape.
Leandry's finished on RJS.
Mostly because there haven't been a lot of other escapes in the game, but still, that was almost
not RJS, Griffin. Holy cow. These name changes are getting to me. So, Neo is pretty strong. So is Turtle. Oh, Finn has a sizable gold lead. Holy cow. So I like this AA Trox right now. It's going to be far more useful than the Gnar.
And now's when I get to ask you again, Crumbs. You were right the first time. It's time for round number 2. Who's the next death? Where and why?
Okay, where and why? Oh, there's a lot more people
tower gold here.
This time, Flower, so it's a lot
and we give a bot tower for that.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Finn's gonna be focused down again. I think it's top laners this time around, either Fake God or Finn. They both burn flashes. Both teams know that there's a lot of action happening there, and no dragon available. So I'm looking at these two as the point of action.
Okay, but which one? You said it's Finn, one or the other, but I don't. Okay, it's Finn. All right. Okay. Finn is the next one to die.
Okay, we're kind of making a move towards mid lane here.
But CLG is
I don't like what's happening on the bottom side.
Instead, taking control over the middle part of the map. Baron will spawn for the first
okay, we could go with a flank and a dive.
Between the squads. Dignitas about to find themselves in a 2v4. Finn's coming out on the left side flank. Finn's stuck underneath the enemy turret. There is no way. He cannot keep doing this. Oracle Crumb with the prediction as Dignitas is coming right back for the fight in a 4v3. Now they're looking for the damage on
Turtle's doing some damage. Alright. Turtle, Griffin. Turtle coming up big. Holy cow, Turtle. Oh. Okay, 3 for 3. Alright, a 4 for 3. We come out of that ahead. That's good. And Turtle was huge. Just huge in that fight. He dealt so much damage.
It all started because CLG thought they could dive Soligo. He's got flash. They need to combo something against him. The rail engage with W is way too slow. It was so easy for Soligo to react, and then...
But RJS is playing extremely well. Griffin is playing... This is the best I've seen Griffin. He just our team just seems to be on the same page. Like we're on the same page with our calls. They're not perfect calls and they're not always clean, but we're on the same page. Like that's a good ulti from Griffin to allow Turtle to be able to free hit some. Turtle just laying down the damage, going aggressive like Turtle do, dodging the shockwave, and positioning to hit multiple feathers there. That was really good by Fake God to knock him in.
So close, and then
and RJS just finishing him off.
CLG does a good job winning that fight because at one point it was 5-3.
So we need to be prepping for Baron, and holy cow, Turtle. This is the Turtle we all wanted to see. And Smoothie's playing well this game.
Plus 400. Yeah, slightly less damage than Wild Turtle. It's close. It's like within a couple hundred, but Wild Turtle did more damage than everybody else in the team together.
Like
I like the evolution of quick math on cast. It's no longer specific numbers. It's just more or less. Yes, it's more or less. But here's
ooh, great engaged by Smoothie. RJS killing Soligo. Smoothie going down. Shit. Neo did so much damage. I need to see what happened on the other side of that play. I killed the desktop audio. Okay.
Different, and they are
I did.
killing spree coming.
I like the evolution of quick.
So what happens here?
It's no longer specific numbers. It's just more or less. Yes, it's more or less. But here's
more or less.
He doesn't get Neo with the ulti, and so now we're trying to burn down Sligo. Turtle walks right into Dardoch. He needed to be hitting Dardoch. You can't walk into an Udyr and get stunned for free, because then you're just gonna get burned down. If you're just hitting Dardoch, you guys win that fight. Because Finn comes around and is able to turn it around, but
over the wall for the triple kill. Dignitas kill off 3. They lose only their mid laner, and they are marching down towards Baron.
That fight started on maybe 3 different fronts, with Dardoch wasn't even there, but still CLG get obliterated because they didn't know that a fight was happening.
We need to make a play for the dragon if we're gonna give up Baron.
CLG trying to get some consolation prices here.
RJS has Smite. He doesn't have ulti though.
Still has plenty of life.
So
a huge win out of Dig, and CLG needs to think about how they want to deal with these team fighting champions. You have a Twisted Fate for split pushing, and he's gonna die again.
Okay, he's going in. He uses the stasis. Neo's trying to walk it off, not end up getting himself killed here.
He didn't get Q back up. That was very risky by RJS, and it didn't pan out.
Well, so a little extra gold there into the pocket of the most fed member on Dignitas. Yeah. 6 kills on this Kai'Sa, just casually been picking them up randomly too. How many random kills has Neo gotten? The one on Finn top, one on Finn at the
okay, are we at least like sending more than just one to deal with this dragon? No, we're not.
That was a real
that was just bad.
Time for CLG. Not only
we just didn't know how to handle that situation.
With the bounty, but they lose the opportunity to go for the Drake, and that means Dignitas will tie up the Drake count now too. And considering they've got 2 minutes with this Red Bull Baron buff, they can do so much. And here's what happened with RJ's. He's going in, man. He sees Neo, and he's like, okay, we gotta go.
So, okay, I'm gonna try to put myself in RJ's mind here and what he was going for. I think he wanted to steal this. He's got Smite as a summoner spell from the spell book.
He had Smite. He needed to like
this is the most
blast cone over the ball.
Steal of all time. You're walking into it blind as a Twisted Fate. So if he got it, he'd be the biggest G of all time for a steal, but he did.
But in what world is half HP Kai'Sa soloing Baron? Like, there's no way it's just Kai'Sa.
Yeah, that's why it's very ambitious.
We aren't out of this, but we definitely shot ourselves in the foot there.
We got to think about the future, my friend. In the future, at least for the next minute and 15 seconds,
and our team fighting communication in general and some of our decision making hasn't been great. Aphromoo was just kind of zoned out there. We don't have great wave here.
Going straight for the inhib itself. Finn whirling that sword around, seeing if maybe there's something he can do here on the front line, but there just is not. Fake God priming the wave over here in mid, getting ready for the second lane to be pushed. Dignitas
we have to wait out the Baron.
They're trying to use everybody together here to make sure they can push down mid lane, and we have a...
Well,
she is out of the question.
There's a reason why I buffer.
Neo having a bit of a pop-off
and that is as far as my buffer goes. So I guess we'll just have to sit through a pause together.
We didn't know that we could focus him and look to see
Neo,
so much gold, but now if we have a few more
we just haven't been optimal.
It just seems like anybody that's new and plays with Afro ends up looking good.
And it's weird.
And going back to what we were talking about at the beginning of last game, how I said I thought it was good for Fudge to be playing up against a newer roster, a roster where he could pop off better against them instead of having to deal with these super seasoned veterans of the top lane in a 1v1. That's kind of how I feel about this game here too. If you can have a pop-off game for a couple of these players or for the team as an entirety here and just get yourself warmed up, get yourself going on that hype, it could lead to a lot better things as they move forward and have to play against those tougher teams. Because if you lose to a lower tier team and then have to play a higher tier team, you aren't going to be feeling good about that at all. You already lost to the weaker guy. Now you got to fight the stronger guy? But if you can take down the weaker guy and look good doing it, well, maybe you're going to have enough gusto to be the main character in the movie and try to be the
I don't have a whole lot to say right now. We were trying to, like, the team fight where Neo popped off. We were trying to pick the targets that Smoothie engaged on, but Turtle sacrificed his positioning as a result of it and got punished for it. And he is our primary source of DPS. So we need him to DPS whoever he can, because he could have done about a half of Udir's health there and not been in a position to get ultied on by Neo. And Finn was there for the flank to get on top of Neo, and it could have been a very different fight. Because Saligo was out of the fight at that point.
Speaking of full bellies, Crumbs, you posted something on Twitter before this game. Here we go. Made a table. And I told you, look, man, I've already broken down everything I have to say about the current state of the game. I'm talking about the table that you built on Twitter now. The pause has lasted longer than I thought it is. We're talking tables. Okay. And honestly, I'm pretty impressed with the craftsmanship on that table. I think it's badass. Now I got to ask you, what is the first thing you're eating for dinner off of that table after we wrap up the stream tonight?
Oh, man, I'm going to have some rice, some yak, some vegetables, and maybe some fruit. Yeah, I'm having ground yak.
I don't know what the pause is for, but it's for us being fucking smooth brains.
Oh, yeah, the big fuzzy one with the horns. Yep. I got myself a yak dealer. I got my guy.
Does it taste like steak or what is it?
It tastes a bit better. It's a little more lean.
What?
I also have some yak steaks. Yeah,
I just don't have
it's cheaper too because nobody knows about it.
Much to commentate on right now. Finn looked good in laning phase.
Let me think here. Because if you're eating
he looks like he's good at especially being a lower resource player. But okay, we're back.
Oh, wait, hold on, never mind.
But his team fighting has been a little sloppy, and we've just been a little bit uncoordinated in general, which isn't unexpected since Finn's been here like less than a week.
Finn will not be able to go in here just yet. Lands Q1, but can't do a whole
lot. We just lose 2 inhibs.
And looks like Dignitas is
I mean, that's a 2-man sleep, but we didn't have the follow-up for it.
Yeah, just a little power nap before they go into the next inhibitor there. Double inhib now. Didn't lose anything for it. Still have a few more seconds on the Baron. That's pretty much checkmate there from Dignitas. As long as they don't mess up.
Dignitas is bad enough that that's not checkmate. And we have the tools with the Twisted Fate to be able to Twisted Fate Lilia Rel to be able to make something happen that isn't checkmate.
Otherwise, you're never gonna catch Dig alone. They're just gonna group up since they don't.
You're never gonna catch Dig alone as Neo proceeds to split push alone.
Their 4,000 gold lead. Baron has worn away. It is 2 minutes until both Drake and Baron are alive on the map. Remember, Drake.
And you don't have to catch them alone. You just have to get a numbers advantage.
Competing for a soul, and the other has to stop it. Still pretty neutral territory down there in that bottom half of the map. Looking across the items and the players, it's all about.
I don't know why we have so much, like, 3 people invested towards the bot side of the map. And, I mean, their only move is to push the top side.
Only 1 death so far for him with 7 assists here on this Udyr. Has Force of Nature completed, working on the dead man's plate, making sure he can get in there as fast as humanly possible to get these fights started off. Now, Dignitas feels comfortable pushing up even without a Baron. They know they only have this one lane with an inhibitor turret left standing. A little bit of CC onto Dardoch, but it doesn't matter.
That doesn't do any damage. I mean, we need Turtle to be hitting Dardoch if we want to kill him. But it's not likely that we're going to kill Dardoch at any point.
They don't need to worry about a dive. They can play it slow and steady.
Oh! That should be. Do we have the ult? Yeah.
He has cleanse, so the sleep just gets instantly removed.
No, but the sleep's cooldown is far shorter than the cleanse. Neo is chunked, and so that puts us in a very tenable situation where Neo kind of fucked himself, except he's just healing back to full. Okay.
All right, Dignitas, let's see if you got what it takes to end the game right now. TF ulti showing up. CLG trying to win. Finn coming around from the side. Dignitas in a bad spot. Neo having to go killer instinct over the wall. He goes forward. He's staying alive. And he's
Let's go, Turtle. Let's go. Coming up huge, RJS and Finn with that fucking flank. That was incredible. I want to watch that again. Let's go. Oh, the teleport in. Wow. What a fucking play. What a play. And RJS saving Wild Turtle's life there. RJS just coming up huge. Keep this man in the roster. Holy shit. That gets a dragon. That buys us time for our inhibitors to come back up. That's fucking massive.
Follow up behind, instantly stunned them, and they weren't able to kill him, but it did force the killer instinct to reposition into the base, and that just sent Kaisa straight into the arms of Wild Turtle, who was still able to survive and dish out all that damage.
That was so nice.
In the back. It's the Twisted Fate and the that saved the day here.
That play is just so good. And look how much they have just... Look at the pink wards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're like, we're not going to get teleported on. And Finn was like, just... Oh, that was so... Wow. You took out the Kaisa, you got the gold, Wild Turtle's protected, all the criteria we asked for. And RJS getting caught out. Fuck. RJS, what are you doing? No. No. He just made a beautiful play.
Doesn't matter, and that's a free Baron for Dignitas, man. It is already gone.
Oh boy, we don't know how he ended up there, but all we know is that Dignitas now have another Baron to work with, and the base has less structures on the side of CLG than
You just made a beautiful play to get yourself back in the game, and you immediately throw it away.
But without Twisted Fate again,
what the hell are you doing, man?
When it comes to Vision again, and we saw how much that played a role in stopping the the CLG flank. If Dignitas was able to get another control ward or just sweep out that other ward, Dig could have probably ended the game.
Dignitas now has another chance to end the game here. 2.5 minutes of Baron buff, pushing into the enemy base. 2 inhibitors are live.
We don't really have the tools to make the same kind of play that we did before.
Fake getting away from Finn. No inhibitor turrets left to fight around. CLG has to fight in open ground or surrender all inhibs, and you know they don't want to be.
And we have to get some sort of catch onto an important member like that onto Soligo. Oh, but that might be the that was huge. Oh, RJS. No. Oh, Finn.
CLG standing strong, but Kaisa's still keeping on. Finn's the target, RJ's the target, Neo
no! Oh, it was so close.
Dignitas, they go
3 for 3.
And they're still in the enemy base. They
still
have Neo. Oh, what a clincher.
RJS.
So close for so many spells.
Oh.
Swing the game.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay, that's a dead Dardock. What the hell? What the hell is happening?
There's 2 types of AD carry players in League of Legends, Crumbs. There's the guys that go on social media and complain if their role is weak, and then there's the Kaisa that stands point blank range with Aatrox and shoots him in the face till he dies. Neo is absolutely popping off this game.
Oh, okay, watch Turtle. Watch how he just obliterates the lead.
That was huge. And he dodges.
Huge move there.
That was so big by Afromu.
And then Neo just absolutely pops up, right? You eliminate Wild Turtle, you gotta thinking you gotta have it, right? Neo, no AD carry, but the Aatrox lifesteal is so huge there. Watch, if the second Q from Aatrox would have hit this one.
Yeah, if the second Q hits, they both die.
What a fight. What a game from Neo. 13 13 out of 16 kill participation, making plays like
and
that.
he has the QSS and the cleanse, so he doesn't get caught out. So he can get caught out twice.
Might be able to take the Infernal Soul, so they do want to maintain control over that one.
But we've been doing good about punishing bad positioning.
Wait, why did it stop? 3, 2,
But after me was
1.
huge.
Okay, no more Baron, no more purple minions. They got to shrink back down to the normal
And
size.
like Dragon Soul is a pretty big win condition for us. So if we can get into a position to be able to get to that.
Dardoch throws out the blue smite. Can't really find any sort of a way in here just yet. Prey Seeker, not Prey Seeker, excuse me, that would be the Void Seeker from Kai'Sa, as Neo and the rest of Dignitas will take down that last remaining inhib. It's double super minions in
this is
single lane
scary.
now, and things just go from bad to worse here for CLG. The push
There's still a world where we come out ahead, but it's not looking good.
It is a deluge of PvE combat as Griffin tries to go in and start off a fight, losing half his HP.
Oh, Smoothie.
Meganar's going to be killed before we can do much of anything. Neo gets the shutdown on the enemy jungler, bringing himself back to a better spot. RJ's walks forward with a shockwave, and now has to flash right back out. Double kill for the Kai'Sa. Finn's getting himself run down. Neo's got all the damage here with the Acathian rain. Make it rain all day long. Triple kill for Neo in the game-ending fight. Dignitas with 1 Nexus turret, with 2 Nexus turrets, with everything. 33 minutes into the game,
we made plays.
And Dig takes down CLG.
We didn't just roll over and die. We fought hard. We tried shit. It was a different brand of play from what we saw. If we can clean it up, it can be very good.
Great defenses CLG put up.
We played aggressive. We made plays. We played around Turtle, like it, and we haven't had a lot of time together. Like that was a Dignitas that's had, you know, a month and a half together or whatever. Well, we've had a week together. Neo played extremely well. Our team fighting was pretty sloppy. Our play coordination was pretty sloppy in general. But it seems like it was just a lack of playing together, and things will get better with time. And it doesn't seem like a roll over and die mentality. It seems like we had something resembling a plan going in, and RJS looked like just a beautiful addition. I really liked it. He looked like he slotted right in and was making plays, was being aggressive, and I want him to stay the starter, and maybe it can get even better with Broxa. So, like we had mistakes, but a lot of the mistakes are fixable by just getting more practice together in.
I'm liking what I'm seeing out of RJ's, and personally, I think he's just warming up to getting back into the mid lane.
Yeah, I think this is good, and I like RJS in the mid laner better than Pobelter for us. I think he makes more plays in the side lanes. He's demands far less resources, so we can be far more flexible around about who we play around. We can play around the bottom like we did there, or we can play around Finn. You know, we can play around any lane with him in. That's what I expected with Pobelter, but Pobelter just seems to demand a lot of resources and isn't willing to sacrifice in order to get his teammates ahead. So that was the most heartening loss we've had in a while, because it felt like we were aggressive, trying to make plays, and it just made quite a bit of difference when you're seeing some really high highs out of the team, and then some sloppy mistakes. But sloppy mistakes are fixable. And when you play a somewhat clean game, but without like getting any sort of advantages. You kind of mistake-free, but without trying anything and just roll over and die. That's what we were doing before. But Smoothie and Turtle looked massively improved. RJS, well, he got bullied out of the lane quite a bit. Played the Twisted Fate well. It seems like Finn brings a level of aggressiveness that and resilience that we didn't have before. So I'm really liking this. We need time to clean it up, and like just with visa issues, Finn has been here a week, maybe not even a week. So he's jet lag and just adjusting. It'll get better on his part, and this roster will continue to mesh. Wiggly looked pretty solid. Broxa will be an upgrade, and I think an upgrade in the shot calling as well. So we have things to look forward to. And I'm kind of tired of saying we have things to look forward to, but this is... I'm not like super frustrated by that loss, like most of them I am. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and hopefully we'll pick up a dub tomorrow.